Okay, so I'm going to talk you through my chemo process. You know, the doctors recommended, from a surgical point of view, they've removed all the cancer, well, the big tumour. They checked all the rest of the bowels, and I had further scans to rule out any spread anywhere else. So I was given the all clear in terms of what they can visually see. However, there might still be some cancer cells lingering, you know, in liquid form, or potentially even smaller than that, that, you know, the naked eye can't see. So this chemotherapy round that they're recommending that I go through will target those cells and kill them off, which hopefully should mean that I won't have any reoccurrence of bowel cancer in the future, especially in the first 5 years, which is kind of the risk phase of the highest risk of, if you're going to get it back, it'll come back again. So I'm going to be given 2 different types of chemotherapy drugs. The really quick summary of it is the drugs that I'm being given, they do not target cancer cells, they target fast growing cells. So you have red blood cells, white blood cells in your body. Those are fast growing cells, for obvious reasons, because they're so important. Your body needs to generate them quickly because they're being used all the time. And cancer cells are also fast growing, so the chemotherapy drugs target fast growing cells and kill them, essentially. So they're not targeting my cancer cells only, they're going to kill all of my, not all of them, but they will target fast growing cells. So that means not only through my chemotherapy will it be killing off any cancer cells, but it will also kill off healthy cells that happen to be fast growing, like my white blood cells, which are the cells that help you fight infection if you end up picking up a bug or some form of infection or bacteria. So yeah, not really looking forward to it. I didn't really want to go through with it because I don't like putting drugs in my body, even just the simple ones, but it was the most researched and most known about in terms of success rates. I would have liked to have done it naturally through food and exercise, and some other strategies, but there isn't enough research to show what the success rates are for those. So chemotherapy it is. So my chemotherapy program is 12 weeks. I have 4 cycles of 3 weeks. So each cycle, day 1 I have an IV, and that's basically just as it sounds. I rock up as an outpatient at the Best Western Hospital, the Western General Hospital, and I get a saline drip put in for half an hour, and then I get a couple of hours, I think it's over 2 hours of the chemotherapy drugs delivered through straight into my vein. It gets flushed to make sure all the chemotherapy drugs are coming through the lines and stuff, and then that's me. So I got day 1 as IV. That afternoon I start my chemotherapy tablets, and I have 14 days of tablets to take, and those tablets are first thing in the morning, big horse pills. I'll show you when I get them, and last thing at night before bedtime, basically 12 hours. At 12 hour intervals, so I'll always have them circulating through my system. So day 1 to 14 is tablets, and then day 14, well, it's 15 to 21 is rest, and that's really supposed to help my body recover, and for some of those fast growing cells that are really important, like your red and white blood cells, it gives them a chance to build back up again, so that you can be in a good position to start the next cycle. So I thought I'd take you through the person that I've had somebody that's been helping me with some detox, and some kind of basically getting my liver and my bowel into optimal health. Mr. Ian Bell, who's a buddy of mine from years ago, who just happens to be, that's his specialty. So I've been working with Ian basically since about a fortnight after I left the hospital, and the last time I saw Ian, he asked me to create a critical path, which is a project management term that just shows what are all the key milestones and actions that you need to take as part of whatever project or journey that you're on. So I created that for Ian and I, so that we knew what the milestones were in advance, so we could do a bit of planning. I thought I would show you, and I know for those of you who worked with me, you'll probably start laughing because this is typical Jenny. But you gotta be prepared, and some of this stuff's a long game, so knowing what the key dates are and the milestones are gives me a focus and helps me focus on the daily challenges when they come, but also helps me remember that this is a long game, and chemotherapy is 12 weeks at least, plus everything that happened beforehand. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see. So we got, let me just adjust this, 8th of January, one day, well, 4 hours, 6 hours, or maybe under 3 hour op. Post-op in the hospital, so that really started kind of the next day. I was in for 6 weeks. I got discharged, escaped the asylum, woohoo! 15th of January, I had just over 2 weeks post-op at home to recover from what I was... just to let me recover from what happened at hospital, and to get all my staples removed and everything. And then 2 weeks after I got home, I really started, now I've put Bowel Reset foundations, that really wasn't, there was a lot of diet work and things, but it was also my exercise regime, some of my visualization and things. So once I'd recovered from the main parts of the initial post-op kind of stuff, this was really my proactive phase 2 weeks after my operation. I had, so what's that, 5 or 6 weeks, and then at the 8-week marker, that's normally where they start your chemotherapy treatment. So I think I was just over 8 weeks because of my medical appointments regarding fertility and things. And my chemo cycles started on the 8th of March. And this is what I need to go through, as I said. So 1 day IV, and then basically 2 weeks of chemotherapy tablets, and then I get 6 days rest, and then it basically cycles round like this. So one cycle into the next cycle, into the next cycle, into the next one. I have got 84 days of chemotherapy treatment. And then basically as soon as this cycle of drugs finishes, which will be it'll be the 23rd of May, as soon as this one finishes, or sorry, just before 17th of May, as soon as my last drug is taken, my proactive bowel reset starts again, because I'll have just flushed my whole body, or my body will have been dealing with these toxic drugs basically for 12 weeks, and I need to flush everything out of my system, so my bowel reset starts again. But I can do that in line with normal stuff in life, because it's just about what I'm consuming, food and water, what exercise I'm doing, what breathing exercises I'm doing, what I'm thinking about in terms of visualization and being positive, what supplements I'm taking as well, what other drugs, if any. It's all about, basically this point here is going to be about flushing all the crap out my system, and getting my health back up to optimum standards as quickly as I possibly can. And then 27th of May, I've already had my letter for my chemo doc, oncology doctor. So that appointment's the 27th of May. Hopefully by then I'll be getting all my scans again, camera, blood tests. Hopefully I'll be given the all clear, woo! And then I don't know how long those are going to take, but hopefully come June, I will be moving into my new maintenance mode, which is going to be different from what it was before. Some of my habits are going to change. Not so much my exercise, because that was in a really good place, but I'm going to talk about this in a future video, but I'm going to give you some details later. But I thought from a diet point of view I was healthy, and I really, I had gaps, a lot more than I thought I had. And I'm a pretty healthy person, so I'll talk you through those in a future video. So my new maintenance mode's going to be tweaks to my diet, tweaks to my supplement, tweaks to my hydration, probably build back up to where I was exercise point of view, and there's other factors that I need to consider in my life, like work, stress, balance, travel and all that kind of stuff. So I will have a new maintenance mode at some point, and some of the experts like Ian will help me make some decisions about what I want to do moving forward once I've reset everything and my health and my biomarkers are all back up to a really good place, and I can move forward and get on with living life my normal way, instead of having to react to this medical issue that's come up. So I hope that was helpful. I've got future videos. I'll talk you through like the specifics of IV day. I'll take some videos when I'm in, just to show you some of the equipment and stuff, and some of the horse pills and all that I have to take. So I'll see you in the next video.